Good morning, everyone. Mm, to welcome all my presentation, mm, mm, I'm Piyumi Sandonika. From for I'm Piyumi Sandonika, fourth year student from Department of Languages and Communication Studies, Trincomalee Campus, Eastern University. Today, I'm going to present about The Oversoul by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Before beginning this presentation, I would like to thank senior lecturer to Dr. Rohan Sabarimuthu to giving this opportunity to me. In this presentation, I hope to discuss about uh, Ralph Waldo Emerson, analysis and introduction about the oversoul and the theme of this essay. Now, we move to our presentation. So Emerson says the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. So this means that fate or destiny has not predetermined our future. Instead, it depends on our choices and the person we want to become. Then Emerson says that here we have the power to decide our own path and our future or who we want to be. So, do you know what who is the Emerson? I give a brief introduction about Ralph Waldo Emerson. Emerson was born on May 25th, 1803. His mother is Ruth Huskins, and the Reverend William Emerson is his father. His formal schooling began at the Boston Latin School, and he completed his highest education from Harvard College. After that, he builds up his career. So Emerson was an American essayist, lecturer, poet, and philosopher. His region is American philosophy. He led the transcendentalist movement of the mid 19th century. So, do you know what is transcendentalism? Transcendentalism is a philosophical, spiritual, and literary movement in 19th century. It emphasizes the inherent goodness of people and the nature. So some at that time, some people ask, where is God? Is he in the church, or is he in the temple? Like that. Then transcendentalists transcendentalists say no, because they uh, mm, believes that one's own self in nature. And also they believe spirituality cannot be achieved through reason or rationalism, but it can be achieved through self-reflection and intuition. So he was champion of individualism and critical thinking, as well as an early critic of society, contradictory pressures and conformity. Here, Emerson believed that every individual is basically pure, and also self-reliance, individualism, double consciousness, stream of thoughts can be mentioned as his notable ideas. Next, there are several notable works of Emerson's. Nature in 1836, Representative Men 1850, The Conduct of Life 1860, The American Scholar in 1870, 36, 37, and he has written essays. First series in 1841 and second series in 1844. So it includes several essays like self-reliance, the oversoul, circles, the poet, experience, like that. Now we move to our main topic, the oversoul. Um, the Oversoul is the ninth essay by Emerson. It is first published in 1841. So it is one of the best source of information about his faith. So the essay explores the idea of a spiritual unity that transcends individual existence. As I mentioned earlier, Emerson says that the person has the power decide our life, path, or future, and he has combined it with spiritual unity. So, the essay begins with two poetic epigraphs. First one is, but souls that of his own could life partake. He loves as his own self, dear as his eye. They are to him, he will never them forsake. When they shall die, then God himself shall die. They live in blessed eternity. So the first one is from English philosopher Henry Moss, Psychosia or the Life of Soul in 1647. Here, Henry has believed that moral ideas are natural in us, and when we are born, we have a moral nature and shapes our actions for of our lives. So this beginning this epigraphs. So Emerson shows this Henry's poem because it explains directly soul that we have and the soul of God that encompasses all of ours. So here you can see, but souls that of his own good life partake. According to Henry Moore, our souls are partake of the spirit of God. So Emerson calls it the internal one. Here Emerson focuses on our souls. And the when we talk about the second poetic epigraph, it is Emerson's own poem. It published later separately, and its title is Unity. So here he focuses about two major themes. First theme is the idea of duality. It explains certain objects contrast naturally with each other. We can get some example like east and west, so and stone, night and day of this poem. So although the objects can although the paired objects can um, both are related to needs exit. So second theme is the poem of creation. So creation. So he introduces the flower as a oversoul. Here we remember that Emerson discusses the force of power he feels in every animate and inanimate things in the universe. It is the presence of God. So now we talk about the analysis of this essay. So in this essay, the beginning of this essay, Emerson provides a general introduction about the oversoul. So here, Emerson asserts that God is accessible, um, accessible to as individuals, whether they actually seek a personal spirituality or not. It explains theme of accessibility. As I mentioned earlier, Henry's belief of the moral ideas are innate. So here Emerson says, a spirit of prophecy which is innate in every man. So God reside in each soul. He believed that every individual person can connect directly with God or divine through their institution or action and personal experiences. So person has a soul that encompasses God, and each soul represent the many other soul in the world. And Emerson highlights the importance of moral actions as a means of understanding the divine presence with us. So Emerson explained that each person's soul is connected to God, and it reflects the divine presence through the essay. So here, Emerson highlights the value of our moral actions. He believes that the understanding about divine presence depends on moral or right action. Action. Next, he defines this universal spirit. Emerson defines the oversoul by explaining what is not. So, according to him, uh, all goes to show that the soul in man is not a function, is not a faculty, is not the intellect or the will. So the soul is here. The soul is none of these. It uses for its purposes. He explains the soul is not an organ, but it animates all organs, and it is not a faculty, the intellect or the will, but the soul is the master of them. As as uh, these items are used to right action, and it is the power of soul. So he explains how the soul abolishes time and place that limit the fullness of our existence. Here, normally use depend, normally we depend too much on our physical senses rather than our spiritual resources. This deficiency has overpowered our minds that our institution. So this essay is not only in declaring what the oversoul is and is not, but also in the battle between the oversoul and our physical senses. So next, uh, uh, in this essay, he explains about the relationship between oversoul and society. So Emerson focused on how the oversoul unities people and manifest itself of society. He asserts the God's spirit is present in our every conversation. Uh, Emerson has mentioned about through his essay like that in all conversation between two persons, tactic reference is made as to a third partly to a common nature. That third party is not social, it is impersonal, is God. So the accessibility plays a key role in this common bond between us. And so because each person possesses an individual soul, it is the part of our soul. And also the essay touches on an important point: self-reliance. Emerson extends act entirely without consideration of what society thinks. So do you know self-reliance means trust yourself. So it means the ability or quality of depends on yourself. It explores if you think your choices are correct or good, you can do it without depending what society thinks. So we should act our thoughts without focusing or consider about society's opinions or demands. So Emerson uh, explained about this. So because they may be correct or not, he explained God is within each of us. So society is for pressures case us to behave differently and unnatural than um, God have would God would have it act it God have us. So this difference create a gap between our mind and our soul. So next um, next Emerson explain about or focus about how the our soul is revealed to us. Here, Emerson claims that God is with us and explain about divine mind. So here, Emerson faces some problem of explaining how we come to recognize this existence. Then he gives some answer through this essay, like an influx of divine mind into our mind. So here he explains the idea of a power or divine intelligence entering into our own minds, bringing inspiration, insight, or spiritual understanding. And so here it explores the connection between our thoughts and mind. Next, he notes that Christ carried out God's divine plan for individuals, and it includes not only their words but also their action. So it means that according to this belief, Jesus fulfilled God's plan for people, not only just by what he said, but also what he did. So, so Jesus proved about here about God's plan for people through his actions and through these words. So, through this essay, Emerson explain about we should responsible our actions and words. We should concern ourselves without others actions. So through next Emerson condemns Calvinism, which believes that God has already decided the soul to be saved. Here through this essay, Emerson condemns the Calvinism because Calvinist theology says we are born sinful and only God can save us. Not we can do any we cannot do anything like that. So it also suggests that nobody is qualified to judge others' actions. But Emerson explains our actions and words affect to our soul or our life. Next point, Emerson discusses the importance of individual character as a defined measure of the oversoul. So Emerson mm, talks about how each person's character is really important in understanding the oversoul. Uh, Someone feels spiritually connected to the oversoul and who does good things because they believe the oversoul guides their actions. So next, um, the essay conclude with a discussion of how the uh, oversoul manifest itself in individuals. So finally, in this essay, Emerson says he will be no longer a spotted um, life of shreds and patches, but he will live with the divine unity, and so had already the whole future in the bottom of the heart. So that means when a person find a inner peace or purpose, they stop living a careless life. They are they are content with whatever they have, and willing to help others. So they face the future with confidence because they know they have faith in something greater guiding them. So Emerson call it is the oversoul. So in this way, Emerson uh, has finished this essay, and we can identify there are several themes in this essay. So it includes accessibility, moral action, and duality, transcends the individual existence, and also universal consciousness and self-reliance are the key themes of this essay. So accessibility is the one of the theme of this essay. So it refers to the idea that everyone has the connection with the divine or the universal soul. So Emerson believes that this connection is open to all individuals. So God is accessible to all individuals, and the moral actions is the another theme of this essay. So Emerson highlights the value uh, of moral actions. He emphasizes the importance of one's action and inner guidance, and he believes are direct manifestations of the oversoul. So next theme is duality. As I mentioned earlier about the duality. So Emerson explains the theme of duality by exploring the idea that humans are both individuals, beings, and part of a greater whole. He suggests that there is a dual nature to human existence, and there is a connection between our action and mind. It is duality. So they are also interconnected with all other beings through the also. So another theme is transcends the individual existence. So Emerson explains the transcendent individual existence, that humans have the potential to connect with spiritual things. So he argues that individuals can access this power, which the calls the oversoul. So by transcending their individual identities, by transcending their individual identities and ego can experience a sense of unity with the divine and with all of creations. So and also, as I mentioned earlier about the self-reliance, so it is the one of theme of this essay. So it means trust in yourself and your own abilities to make decisions without depending on others. So final last theme is universal consciousness is this essay explores this idea of universal consciousness. So individual can tap into a collective wisdom or knowledge beyond their personal experiences. This universal consciousness is accessible through intuition and inner reflections. So these are the several themes of this essay we can identify. So now I conclude this presentation. So, in conclusion, in the Oversoul essay, Emerson explores the idea that there is a divine, universal soul that connects all living things, and he suggests that individuals can access this oversoul through intelligence and self-reliance, self-analysis, providing insights beyond ordinary understanding. So next, Emerson's essay, The Oversoul, concludes with a statement that the human soul is interconnected with the universal and divine um, uh, divine and transcending the individual. So finally he invites to enhance a spiritual perspective that transcends materialism and egoism, leading to a deeper cause source of connection with the universe and a deeper understanding of our uh, uh, soul, like that. So next, uh, so these are the references I used when prepare this presentation. And finally, I hope you have got some knowledge about the oversoul. And thank you for listening and give your attention for this presentation. So thank you so much.